Hello everyone and welcome. Today I come with a very important subject and I ask of you that share with the women and the curious men that you know. It is about the menstruation, the feminine cycle, the moon, the period. It is something that is quite a mystery because of how it was implanted in society, but it is about time that we make it clear and allow this beautiful sacred flow to flourish and help ourselves and the earth. Unfortunately, the amount of women that don't like, hate, or are disgusted at their period, I know. Many women are in IUD, birth control, pills, or they either hide or are ashamed and angry towards their menstruation. Many men are also disgusted about this, and I come here to share with all of you the importance to make peace with it and discover that it is actually a great power that women have and should be treated with so much care and craft. So, first, menstruation in a physical perspective is blood that is accumulated in the uterus to prepare for conception, making babies. Blood is actually the fluid, the sacred fluid that contains DNA, which is multidimensional and contains all electric and magnetic information of our beings. It contains everything that we know and we do not know. It is a true, precious database of our self. The uterus is the feminine organ that contains the womb, which is the energy center of the feminine that births life. And conception doesn't necessarily mean energetically that a child is gonna be born. Energetically, conceiving a child is similar to conceiving a project or idea that comes from the womb. So it has to be something that nourishes the love and the beauty and the harmony that brings total safety and security for the womb, for the family, for the feminine, in both men and women. Menstruation is the shedding of sacred, pure, magnetic, electric, undifferentiated DNA. It is absolutely pure cosmic magic. And it has been made inconvenient in our world. The lack of understanding and delicateness to deal with the most sensitive part of the feminine has made the period last longer, be more painful, be stronger. A long time ago, the women used to do the moon rituals, which they would bleed together. They would cry together. They would feel the magnetic power of it together. And because I can't even say most, I would say all of the ritual of the feminine has been destroyed. It has been made something, it has been turned into something to be shameful about, because we are more sensitive, but we must push ourselves harder to be as productive and as efficient during our moon days, like in the rest of the month. Our current society is not conducive to the true feminine power in both men and women. Men also have feminine power. They also have their cycle. So if we allow the feeling part, the connecting, the beauty part, the harmony for all part to unveil, to be the forefront in our world, society will change really quickly. But since it is not conducive right now to the true feminine power, people are generally resistant to menstruation. The feminine part of ourselves is a magnetism, energy, potential, energy potential. A magnet has the power to attract and receive, but a magnet cannot flow in a place that it is interrupted and called upon so many times by so many things, from notifications until demands of others. All excess of input can interrupt the flow of energy of a magnet. And for the feminine, this interruption in the energy flow may end up accumulating energy to be released from the body once a month through the vagina. The more unintegrated, unexpressed, unaccepted energy that stays in the body through the month, during the period, during the releasing of this energy, the woman will experience more swelling, bloating, swelling in the breasts, pain in the breasts, cramps, lower back pain, depression and sadness during PMS, stress, will present more blood clots during the period, migraine. Some women even have excess production of blood, and they end up having to go to the doctor, take pills, put the IUD, and all the things that are so widely used in the system, but they are actually not what will heal the feminine wound. Only experiencing and going through these energies may these symptoms be released. So to undo this process and improve the conditions of the period, of the connection to the feminine, one must rediscover their own sacred nature. So even tampons, menstruation pads, period cups, all those things that we use to try to trap our period into a certain surface so that it won't go everywhere, these things, they temper the energy flow like a cork. So the energy ends up stuck. It doesn't flow in connection to the earth. This energy is not supposed to be trapped, and especially is not supposed to go to the trash or toilet. Our trash is not dealt with sacredness. The trash is usually mixed with a bunch of other things, materials, metals, and it's literally dirty debris. And trash itself is not dirty, but is how we treat it. So it's a cycle. If we are able to put everything back in the cycle of Mother Earth, then everything becomes regenerative, including the energy, including the divine emotional energy of yourself. So instead of bleeding in something that is going to be discarded, like toilet water, and actually shitting on water, peeing on water, it makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, so to trash the sacred blood of our menstruation, either in the garbage can mixed with cotton and plastic and gel and a bunch of chemicals, or being thrown in the trash, means that it won't be cycled to the earth. And because this blood is so powerful, the resistance against it has created many problems for the feminine and also for the earth, because she needs this energy for her. It's magnetic energy to heal the oceans, to heal the land. It is so miraculous and so beautiful that if we all start to bleed in the earth, we will be amazed at the results it will do to our Mother Earth. It has to be given to the earth with love, because this magic belongs to her only, not to the system where it will be trashed. And for man, please take care of the woman in her period. She can be your mother, your grandmother, your daughter, your friend, your wife, your girlfriend, your sister-in-law, your co-worker. It is a beautiful service, empowering service that you do for her. And even though she might complain with you because she hasn't yet developed her capacity to receive, you will feel good about helping her access this capacity to receive. It's a power. How you can help her? First, understand that she is much more sensible, much more sensitive during those days. So you gotta just let her be quiet, solo, relaxed. Don't let her carry weight, do heavy things. Tell her to ease down, to relax, to enjoy herself. Offer chamomile tea, mugwort tea, fennel tea, ginger tea, or chocolate, preferably dark chocolate. It is such a beautiful service to our planet to treat this flow in the correct way during these times, and to rest, to feel, to be creative. If companies were truly smart nowadays, they must allow the woman to have 3 days off to menstruate every month, because she will be much more reset, much more empowered in her true abilities in order to serve, to serve the thing she's doing, she likes to do, she's trading her time for. And if you're a woman and you have problems with your menstrual flow, I suggest that first you observe your boundaries and emotions during this month. Do your emotions feel somehow trapped? Do you have a feeling that you don't even have emotions at all? Or are you unattuned with your emotions? Maybe you're having boundaries crossed, because it is important that we allow ourselves to feel and express the feelings. And if we can't express the feelings, or at some point in our lives we discovered that is incorrect or dangerous to express our feelings, we may end up struggling with our boundaries. And the boundaries serve to create and protect a sacred space where you will feel relaxed and in harmony with yourself and others. So if you can't feel and experience your sacred space in a way that you can do art, dance, orgasm, you must find out which boundaries of yours are being crossed. And the thing that has helped me the most was acupuncture. I did only one session when I was really prepared to understand and release my anger. I had so much repressed anger and I didn't know why it was stuck. So I went to the acupuncturist and I told him, hey, I don't have anger. I'm 26 years old at the time. I'm 26 years old. I need to understand what this anger is because something is wrong. And then it helped, completely changed my life. In a way that I started to feel what needed to be released, and then I released without fear. So during these times of the month, most important, of course, you do that all during the month, but especially during the period, allow yourself to feel and express the feelings. And if you do that during the month, you will prevent the negative expressions of the menstruation. So art, dance, orgasm, music, singing, plant, connecting with nature, everything that allows the energy to flow. Energy is supposed to be in motion, not stuck. Second, see yourself as sacred. Discover your sacredness. Don't throw yourself in the trash. You are not trash. You're sacred. You are a daughter of God. See the power in that. Your body, your emotions, your connection to God, your intuition, your mind, everything about you is a result of God. You didn't just appear out of nowhere. You are a sacred being deserving of love, of connection, of expression, of being truly yourself. So discover your sacredness. Balsamic Sessions, which is the work that I do in activation and hypnosis, can help you achieve that. Allow other people to help you, to serve you. You must now learn to receive. Receiving is so difficult for us because of the general status of our society, how the feminine ended up being the great sustainer of life. But to give life is already a hell of a job. And the more we understand our sacredness and allow the feelings to be expressed, the more we will understand how important it is that this flow is respected and dealt with care and wisdom, so that we will share this wisdom and this power and this energy of creation with the world. So when others are able to help us and we are able to receive this help, it means that our magnetism is actually working. It is so simple, but also quite challenging if we are coming from the opposite side of the spectrum. But be aware, perhaps people want to help you, but you don't want to receive. Or perhaps you feel you are so strong and so mighty and so independent that you don't ask others to help. It can be to open a jar, open a door, pick up some water because you're feeling cramps. So please, can you stand up and get the water for me? I can't. Just be honest, but allow yourself to feel how strong and how deep it is to actually have a womb and carry the womb around. It's so powerful. Also, be more solo, be more alone during this time. Observe the moon cycles, and how the cycles affect your period and your emotions. We can have our period anytime during the moon cycle. But depending whether the period happens during the full moon or the new moon, it means different things. Usually, to have the period during the new moon means that it is synchronized with the moon cycle in a way that it is all starting anew, because the new moon, it's the full dark with a small seed of light that starts after the new moon is the crescent moon. And the period likewise, because you are bleeding, you're shedding, you're releasing all the energy, meaning that from the first moment of the period, you can start to seed better and better and more aligned energies for yourself and others through emotion, through energy. And you only do that if you can relax and focus on that. So this is very important. Observe the moon, how it affects your period. If you're bleeding in the full moon, in the new moon, and if you have time to relax. If you don't need a cycle tracker for that. If you want to use it, you can. But learn to watch the moon, learn to be with the moon. And I don't know, every day during the night, you look at the moon, you focus on that, you focus in yourself, focus on your emotions, and discover that it's a lot of work to be a feminine. Also, never again, as truly as you can, throw your sacred blood in the trash or toilet. It is an absurd with yourself and with the earth to treat yourself and your sacred blood as trash. Experiment with bleeding straight in the earth. You can squat in the grass or in the sand or whatever. You can sit on a rock. You can sit on a warm rock, warm from the sun. It's great. It even helps it flow better. Also experiment with having absolutely no barrier between your lovely lady parts and the ground. This means that you may bleed on your skirt, you may bleed in the carpet, or you may get the blood everywhere. But if you see yourself as sacred, you will not be upset about it. Of course, it's important to be aware of where you're bleeding, because if I don't know, if you have a white carpet, it's better to, or a white couch, better to pay attention. But the key here is to rinse the blood from the clothes with cold water first, before using soap or warm water. See your period as your most important job this time of the month. Personally, when I can't just bleed everywhere, I use menstruation underwear. It's like an underwear with a little thicker part in the middle. And then, like when I'm in a friend's house or I want to lay down in the bed, I will put the period underwear. And then when I feel it's full, usually it's full after 6-8 hours, I will put it in a bucket of water, cold water, rinse it many times, and every time I rinse it, I will use the blood to water the plants. Sometimes it will completely revive a plant. You will notice how powerful and sacred you are by doing that. If you apply with intention, with love, with attention, these processes, with the right feeling that you are a sacred being, and when you shed your blood, it means that sacredness of yourself that belongs to our beloved world, Earth, and you give it to her, you will do wonders with it. And with me, it has done many changes. My period became shorter. I used to bleed for 6 days and it became 4 days. And sometimes when I'm bleeding more in the earth, straight to the earth, it lasts for 3 days. So it all depends on how much I give the blood to the earth directly. The blood will look much more beautiful, vibrant color. It will smell good. The thing that makes it not look so good and not smell so good is to treat it like trash. Because trash smells like trash. So if you're treating yourself as trash, your blood will smell like trash. So spiritually, of course, but if you see yourself as sacred and spiritual and powerful, you won't do things to yourself, to your body, that make you feel like trash. So nowadays I see even the nails, when I clip nails or I cut my hair or I'm washing my hair and there's like this hair that falls, I won't throw it in the trash. I will throw it somewhere in nature. I will dig a little hole or do something and I'll put it there. Because it's my remainders. I don't want any part of myself in a junkyard. Because I'm not trash. And that's what you are not too. After doing this process and getting in touch with yourself at that level, you will become more creative and intuitive, and you will experience much, much less undesired symptoms like pain, bloating, and stress. You also experience more of the true femininity, which is not about nails and purses and jewelry and high heels and makeup. It's the true femininity, and I want you to experience it yourself. I'm not going to talk about it. And you'll see yourself as more vulnerable in a deeper level, so it will be much easier for you to receive support from men, because we're all in the end trying to do the same thing here on earth, which is to understand ourselves and express ourselves and be true to ourselves. And if everybody's true to their self, the world will become a much better place to create and to unite and to love and to party and to work and to dance. So men will feel more powerful providers because they're actually serving in a moment that you need, and you will feel more sensitive and like the oracle you are. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, share this video around, because the more women we have bleeding in the earth, feeling pleasure of giving their blood to the earth, the more power of manifestation of the good, of the beauty, of the wilderness will unfold. Much love. See you soon. Bye bye.